Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again here at tonight's Virtual Racing Network. We're here at Langley Speedway for a awesome AMA Super Late Model Series race. Again, 150 lap race coming your way here shortly. But right now, we are in practice for the next 5.5 minutes. Without further ado, let's make sure we thank all of the people that have made this race possible. Those do include, here on the racing side of things, of course, Evidence-Based Mommy. That is your pole award here for tonight. So later on here tonight, in about 10 minutes total time, we'll see who your pole award is going to go to tonight. Hilton Crafts and Design, they are the title sponsor here for tonight's race. This is the American Motorsports Association 150, presented by Hilton Crafts and Designs. And, of course, last but not least is Caldwell Lawn Care Services. Make sure you check them out if you need any lawn care services in North Carolina. Definitely a great company to work with. On the broadcast side of things, we wouldn't be here for 2019 if it wasn't for the following partners. Those do include Northwest Racing Series. They will be back in action here very soon. And they are also your one-to-go sponsor here for tonight's race. Wool's Beard Co., Beard Balm, your official grid sponsor here for tonight's race. They will be starting this grid coming up here in, again, about 15 minutes. RaceOnTexas.com. We also partner with them for some dirt racing, so make sure you check out all of the dirt racing here on the channel, as most likely you will hear from Nick Robbins and Scott Bargoff covering all of the dirt racing action here on VRN. SimSpeedShop.com, your one-stop shop for button boxes and e-brakes. Make sure you check them out. Also, when we hit 2,500 subscribers here on the channel, we will be giving away one of those button boxes here live on the channel. So make sure you stay tuned for that and check them out at SimSpeedShop.com for all those needs. iBog, iRacing Broadcast Overlay Graphics, your sim race broadcast graphic source. We use them, and you should too if you're looking to get into broadcasting or just need to revamp those overlays just a little bit. Check them out at ibog.co. Racecore Online Racing League. Racing starts back next Sunday, February 17th. Make sure you check them out. We'll be covering all the racing action here for the Global Building Contractors Xfinity Series, again, starting February 17th. Hanover Wrecker Service. If you're in need of some service to get hauled, your car broke down, whatever it may be, give them a call at 1-304-664-3848. That is Hanover Wrecker Service. And, of course, we can't go anywhere without On the Edge Motorsports, your official Wicked Energy retailer there. So Motorsports, if you're looking to get some of that Wicked Energy gum, we'll post a link later in chat. Make sure you head on over there to On the Edge Motorsports to get some of that Wicked Energy gum. It works. You need some. Make sure you try it out. That being said, is that one again that we're having issues with. We will have to get that sorted out as to why it does not want to hide. But that will do it for the sponsors. We have about 2 minutes left before we go into qualifying. We have 7 drivers here, so a little bit smaller field tonight, but I still expect to see some really good racing coming your way here shortly. 150 laps around this track. I know some of you may just freaked out their little 150 laps, but that is not going to take long, folks. If you're familiar with Langley Speedway, it is a 0.36 mile track. What that means, 15-second laps. We're going to be running 4 laps a minute around this track. We did the math earlier, so you don't have to. That's about 37 minutes worth of racing time. So there you go. You don't even have to do any math here tonight. Roughly, I'll say about 40 minutes of racing, barring we don't have any cautions. With 7 drivers here tonight, I don't think we will see those. We've seen when we had 15 to 20 cars, we only had 1 or 2 cautions. So with 7 cars, I don't see any cautions. And even if we do, folks, this is a no tire rule. That doesn't mean they can just do whatever they want with tires. That means they can take no tires whatsoever. So they have to run all 150 laps on the same set of tires that they're running on right now. So that is going to make it very interesting. Just quick shout outs. I see we have Ed, Robert, Jed, Nick, Robbins. We have you in chat with us. Welcome to chat. Cameron, Jordan, and Alex all in chat with us on the Facebook side of things. Of course, we are live on Facebook and over on YouTube, whichever one you are watching tonight. Big shout out to all of those. But we are 20 seconds away, so we're going to step away here for the last 20 seconds. We will be right back with qualifying coming up next. All right, there you have it. Qualifying is officially underway, and there it is. A green flag being waved. We got about 5 minutes here. So let's drop down to these cars as we'll pull up our driver bar, and it looks like Fred Moreau is going to be the first one to come out onto the track in that number 55 machine. We'll see exactly where he is going to stack up here in that racewraps.com number 55 Chevrolet. Where will he stack up compared to the field? He is the only one out on the track right now. So very interesting there that he is. We're going to go ahead and get there. As I triggered the caution graphic, and all cautions for tonight's race and every other race here on VRN are now proudly sponsored by Hanover Wreckers Service. So again, big shout out to them for becoming on as our official caution sponsor here for VRN, as he's going to put in a time of a 15:494. He's going to slow it down, so we're going to head over to Donald Clark in the number 18 as Willin and Dylan number 18 machine here tonight. And it looks like we got I believe it was CCS Solutions on the hood, as he's going to blink out there on us a little bit, having some connection issues here for the 18. Let's hop over to Russell Brown in the number 70 machine and see what he can do here, as he is currently not with a time in, but he will be putting a time in this time by in that number 70 machine. Georgia 811 on the rear quarter panel there. What will his time be? We're about to find out. Right there is the line. This track is not very big. 15:734. That'll put him in second place. Let's go over to Ray Suggs in the number 38 machine. What kind of time will he put in? This will be his first time lap right there. It's going to be a 15:940. Will that update a little bit? 9:36 is the official time when he actually crossed the line. That will put him in third place right now. Russell Brown, who just connected there, he is done with his. Just ran a 15:679, but he's still in second place. Ray Suggs on his second lap right now. Technically, actually just ran at 16:504, so he will be a little bit faster, but not being scored at his best. Or sorry, a little bit slower. But we thought he was faster. Apologies, a little bit slower there. So far, it looks like Andrew McKee and Donald Clark and Cade Green are not coming out onto the track. So far, that is going to do it here for the guys that are coming out to qualify. So we'll see, will the rest of this field come out and qualify, or are they going to take their luck at the back of this field? Again, 4 people have qualified, 3 have not here with 2 minutes left to go. You're not really losing all that much if you don't qualify. So this is a very small field compared to what we're used to seeing here. This is a phenomenon, a rare thing. Usually the last 2 or 3 races we've seen 16 to 20 plus drivers. So to see this small of a field, definitely not the normal here for the AMA Super Late Model Series. So we're about as surprised as everybody else here. But give them a week. People could be off, taking some vacations, whatever it may be. But we do have Gareth Gonder here in that 81, who we didn't get to talk about, 15:761. We are familiar with that name, a new driver for this series. However, he is actually from over on Upper Edge, our normal Wednesday night series, who is taking the night off. So that is cool to see the drivers kind of going from one league to the other, kind of filtering out here and switching back and forth. But it looks like we are going to have the 35 of Andrew McKee come out onto the track. That is senior as well. So Andrew McKee, senior, coming out onto the track on that Tabasco hot sauce number 35. The question is, that car may have a hot sponsor in it, but will it lay down a hot lap? We're about to find out, as he is on his official first lap right now. He's got 39 seconds to do so. Again, that's plenty of time to put in 2 laps, as he will cross the line for lap number 1, and it will be a 16:170. That will put him in 5th place. So he may need some of that hot sauce here to get a little fire lit under him to get this second lap any faster. We'll see. Will he be able to do it? Lap number 2 coming in. It's going to be a 16:295. So not going to be any faster, as it will officially be a 293, but not going to do it any faster. That will do it for qualifying. We will be going live racing here in just a few moments. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, as we were just getting told that Sarah is running a special event tonight. As you can see, if you look on the hoods of these guys, there's 2 of them in here that have Sarah on the little, not a visor, whatever you want to call it, Windows visor. So 2 of these guys have run over there. They're running a special night, but we're going to go ahead and go through your Wolves Beard Co. starting grid here for tonight's race. Row 1 is going to be the 55 of Fred Moreau. Spot 2 on the outside of row 1 is going to be the 70 of Russell Brown Jr. Row 2 is going to be the 81 of Gareth Gonder. And on his outside is going to be the 38 of Ray Suggs. Row 3 is going to be the 35 of Andrew McKee Sr. and the 18 of Donald Clark. Row 4, playing shotgun at the back of this field, is going to be the 19 of Cade Green, who did not put a time in here. We'll see what kind of times these guys put in under race conditions, as we are set to go racing this time by. We're going to get up to the front of this field. Pace car will be diving off the track next time by. Again, they cannot take tires in this race. 150 laps is what we have set to go. The question is, who will come out victorious? Our points leader not here tonight. We'll go over those here in just a moment. If we get a caution or, during a little bit of a spread out moment, if we get spread out, we will go over those point standings for you here to let you know how this could shake down. Right now, we are set to go. There it is. Green flag is in the air, as we are here for the American Motorsports Association 150, presented by Hilton's Craft and Design. And it's Fred Moreau's out front. Gareth Gonder, the new guy here tonight in this league, is running in second place. Qualified really good, and here he is putting on a good run. We got some battles going all throughout this field. Again, we were just informed that the reason the car count is lower is because another league that runs on the same night, or at least running the same night here tonight, has a special event going on, so that is why the car count is low. This is not the normal. We've already mentioned that a couple of times here, as we got a blinker back in here. Donald Clark blinking a little bit as we're watching number 19 of Cade Green sitting there currently in 5th position. Started 7th, so already has gained a few spots. We got some cars hitting the outside wall. You see sparks flying. Let's go to the front, though, And watch this battle for the lead. Here goes Garrett Gonder to the inside. Gonder will take the lead here on lap number 4 as they start lap number 5. We're going to take away laps very fast here in tonight's race as we got a lot of people out there watching. Thanks for tuning in here tonight. A good thing you tuned in early because this race will not last very long. Now it's up to Moreau to try to get by Gonder if he can, but Gonder out to a pretty sizable lead. Let's zoom out here a little bit so you can see that gap. And we go to TV3 up here in the booth with us. As you can see, there's your leader. There's second place. Second place, Moreau trying to run down Gonder. Just can't quite get there now. So definitely Gonder had something. He just quite maybe didn't hit that lap he needed to in qualifying, but he definitely is hitting it here. The question is, how long can he do it? I don't think we'll have too much wear. Let's see. Let's go on board with Moreau here if we can real fast. Let's go to his helmet cam here with the onboard camera and see if we can see. He's not fighting this wheel too much. As you can see him going through there. Now you go up to Gonder here, who's in first. And about the same, not really fighting it too much. So these tires are nice and fresh right now as we'll go back to our main camera here. What we want to look for later on as we'll pull our top 3 up on the ticker for you is how much are they going to be fighting these tires and these wheels a little bit later in this race. Again, we're only 10 laps into this race right now. We go 40 or 50 laps in there. How much are they going to be fighting them compared to now? And will that play a factor in your race winner here tonight? That is something we'll be looking for later on tonight to determine. Right now you got the 70 of Russell Brown Jr. and Cade Green. That is the battle for third position. As you have little groups, you got first, second, third, and fourth battling. You go back to fifth and sixth, you got a little battle going on. And then you have seventh place back here kind of hanging on his own. But right here, another little good battle going on between Ray Suggs and Donald Clark. And the 38 and the 18s. It looks like the 18 of Donald Clark is going to get to the inside, and he will take fifth place away from Ray Suggs here on lap number 13. So that pass has been made. Let's go up to third place. Still looks like the 70 of Russell Brown is going to hang on to that position as he's got a nice little gap over the 19 of Cade Green here so far, caution free in tonight's race. All right, we are watching this battle. They were just kind of watching it for a minute. Go back in here. We got the 81 of Gonder still out front, leading this race. He currently has a .616 second lead over second place, and I don't think he has any intention of slowing down. But the fact of the matter is, what we're going to do here tonight is keep a very close eye on their lap times. Right now, fastest lap for your leader was a 15:8:40. Looking at this last lap he just completed right there, that is a 16:035. So the times are definitely going down a little bit here. Let's go ahead and pull up our running order ticker here. As you can see, our 7 drivers on the screen in the order they go. Currently, 0.549 seconds separating Fred Moreau from Gonder, Garrett Gonder. Moreau actually closing the gap now. That's what we want to keep an eye on. Is Moreau is actually closing the gap as he ran a 16:002 to a 16:018 for Gonder. Gonder may not be losing the car here a little bit. He could be just kind of slowing down a little bit, not to wear these tires out. We'll see. We're on lap 21. We have completed 20 laps. We have 130 laps still left in this race. So it'd be very interesting to see how this one goes. Again, we got 129 laps right there at the line. We have an hour and 49 minutes worth of racing if we were to have to time it out. So at the rate they're going, we will not come anywhere near the time limit for this race as we are about to complete lap number 22 to make it 128 to go here in the race. But look at how much there, 0.316, as Moreau has run down Gonder here in these last 3 laps that we're about to complete here, our third one. So from lap 120 to 124, sorry, 20 to 24, we have seen that gap go from 0.6 to 0.233. So either Moreau found something, Gonder is, holding back a little bit, or those tires are starting to get shot. We've already dropped about 0.3 to 0.4 of a second on our lap times here for both of these guys. You go further back, they're getting into even slower times, 16.4s, 16.6s. So the further you get back, the slower these times are getting. That time around, Moreau 16.174 to a 16.107. So Moreau quite a bit slower, but Gonder still, I don't know if I'm concerned here. And something happened. He is pulling it to the bottom. Our leader, Gonder, going down pit road. Again, they cannot change tires. He is pulling it to pit road, giving up the lead to come down pit road. Again, they're not allowed to take tires, as he is going to go in for a splash of fuel and leave. So they probably, I don't think they can make it on fuel. I think it's like 130 laps that they can go on. So he gives up the lead to get fuel. That gives the lead to the 55 of Fred Moreau, but now he is about to possibly go a lap down, as he had to get in and off of pit road very quickly. He did just that. So to go back to Gonder here for a second, to go from 3rd to 1st, now to 7th place, because he came in and took fuel. He needed to, as again, we're actually predicting they can get about 130 to 120 to 30 laps is roughly what they can get here. As you see how quickly Gonder is able to get by the 35, that will give him 6th place. You're talking 2 laps versus 30, and it was that easy for him to get by. Granted, the 35 didn't qualify real well, may not have the setup that he needs. The true question will be, can Gonder get to this rest of this field, and how quickly can he get by him, as he's going to blow by the 38 of Ray Suggs like he's standing still, but he's still got to get up to your leader and pass him. And the question is, when will the 55 come down and pit? We did not talk to these drivers about when they may pit, but they will have to come down eventually if they do want to, or when they want to get fuel. They're going to have to get fuel. It's not a matter of when, it's a matter of, or not a matter if, it's a matter of when, as we'll get that out to you there eventually. They will have to come down and take for fuel. Obviously, Gareth Gonder has done that, and he is passing by people left and right up there. Meanwhile, your leader does go ahead and put Andrew McKee Sr. in that 35 a lap down. So we have our first car lap down now. The next one's going to be the 38 of Ray Suggs. So Ray Suggs struggling here just a little bit. Does have some damage here. Let's go on board with him real fast and take a quick look at that, as we'll go to his roll bar camera. If we can pull that up real fast on board with him, thanks to Northwest Racing Series. And you can see that damage on the right side of the car. Luckily, he didn't get his water bottle in there, but that damage isn't going to slow him down a lot. However, when he comes down pit road, they'll try to fix that, I'm sure, if they can. That little bit of damage, and there you see right there the 55, your leader just puts him a lap down, so he is now officially a lap down here in this race. So he's going to have to try and get that lap back as quickly as possible. So we'll go ahead and get rid of the running order and go and put your main bar up here, just so you can see your fastest lap right now is the 81, and that was on lap 11, which is a 15.840. That was his fast lap on lap 11. We've only had 2 different lead changes here all night long, and that was between Moreau and Gonder, as Gonder led 22 laps. Moreau has led 16 laps here in the race. There's your race leader right there. Let's check in with Gonder, who actually is currently sitting in the good spot if this cycles out. Right now, he is the threat of going a lap down, as there's your race leader right now. So he is definitely in a bad position when it comes to potentially going a lap down, as we have currently only 2 a lap down right now, 5 drivers on the lead lap. The tour drivers down, Suggs and McKee Sr., Moreau, Brown, Clark, Green, and Gonder on the lead lap for this race right now. Good race. Let's go back here just a little bit. Look at this battle going on. It's not quite for position between the 18 and the 35, as the 18 of Donald Clark trying to run down for the lead here. He's passing these good lap cars as quickly as he can. Again, there's no rules. He blinks out on us there just a little bit. He's trying to run down your leader, but there's no set rule in any really form of racing that you have to let somebody by. It's kind of an unwritten sportsmanlike rule, but these lap cars do not have to let the leader or any other driver by, for that matter. It is not an actual written rule unless a league has it in place. So we'll see when the rest of this field will come down, as we have some drivers that thought were going to come down there. We saw them getting in about 60, but they are not, just going through the corners here. So we'll see. We're going to keep another look here. There is what was your leader, Gareth Gonder, in 5th place right now. So he has gained some spots, and it looks like the 35 of Andrew McKee Sr. has finally pulled it into the pits, and he's going to call it a night. He is currently 4 laps down at the moment. So not sure what happened there. He pulled it on pit road for 12.2 seconds and has called it a night. So unfortunate for him. But he earlier was having some struggles with the internet, so that could potentially be what is happening, or what happened to him. But unfortunate for him, he is now out of the race. Let's go back. You see, let's see if we can't zoom out here to our blimp camera real fast so you can see nobody around your leader right now as he is going into turn number 1 and 2. If you go back to 2nd place, Russell Brown Jr., him and the 18 are probably the closest battle going on. They are currently close together, but nowhere near your leader here at the moment. As again, they're coming to the line right there. They get to it. Fred Moreau's on the backstretch at the moment, so a dominating lead for him right now. He just took over the most laps led. That's well, a second ago anyway. He has 27 laps led. Donald Clark looking to have some connection issues here as well, as he has looks like disconnected. So unfortunate for Donald Clark, the 18 who was just running with Russell Brown in the 70. Now he's out. Now he's back in, having some connection issues of his own, but he's still here with us. But we'll see how much longer that connection will hang on. If he can, he'll have a nice little battle going on here with, again, Russell Brown Jr. Just to update here, we are on lap 53 now. The leader just crossed it. We have 98 laps to go. This race is winding down. Less than 100 laps to go as you're watching the battle here between the 18 and the 70 of Donald Clark and Russell Brown Jr. That is the closest battle right now on the track anyway. And looks like since we just hit the 50 lap mark here a second ago, we're going to go ahead while you watch this battle and go ahead and step away to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
This is a demonstration for the built-in water temperature sensor of W5 CPU water block. There is a water temperature sensor built inside W5 to detect the temperature of the coolant that runs through W5. Here, we're using thermal mode and time-lapse effect to show the temperature change of the system. You can easily see the real-time temperature change on the software screen. W5 is also made with central inlet design, which contributes to higher coolant flow that helps faster heat dispatching to achieve a lower coolant temperature, of which you can see on the software thanks to the water temperature sensor. While W5 shows you the temperature of the coolant that runs through your CPU water block, you can also throw in a Pacific TF1 indicator to monitor the temperature and coolant flow of your whole system.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. From a quick commercial break, we are so far caution-free with 60 laps in the books. Again, you're still watching this battle between the 18 and the 70. If the 18 does get by him, but he's having some connection issues here. Oh, I'm not sure how much longer he's going to be able to hold off the 70. As the 70 of Brown is very quick. With that connection issue, that is going to be a problem later on this race if it doesn't sort itself out. Meanwhile, one we haven't talked about here in the last 10 laps, well, that's the 55 of Fred Moreau, who's out front leading this race. He has now led 40 laps, and he has no intention of looking back. Again, if you're just tuning in with us here tonight, you're watching the American Motorsports Association 150, presented by Hilton Crafts and Design. A lower car count here tonight, as we've said, is one of the leagues that runs kind of the same thing they do. Obviously, there's a ton of leagues out there, and a lot of their drivers run in another league as well. They are over there running a special event tonight, so unfortunate for those guys that some of them are over there racing, but they will be back next week in full force, as we'll have about 20 to 25 drivers taking to the track once again. Let's go back here to the 70 and the 18 of Clark and Brown, kind of spread out here. We'll go back to Gonder, who is currently still on the lead lap, but he is trailing and trying to stay on there as he crosses the line, and there's your leader right there. So the reason I don't think he's gone a lap down is he is faster and he has fresher tires. Again, you're talking here for Gareth Gonder, 39 laps, make it 40 right there on the tires compared to 67. And I stand corrected, those tires are not new, they couldn't take tires, but he still has cooler tires. I totally stand corrected, he didn't take tires, they can't take tires. Is spaced out on that a minute, I do apologize, but still, he's on there, he's got fuel. And those tires, woo, as he gets it loose, Garrett's gone to ride, as I talked about his tires being a little cooler, may be able to run a little bit better as he got to stop. He brings out the caution, the first caution here of the night. So that will be, again, first caution for 0 laps, 6 in the V1 when they cross the line. So no need for the replay here. We watched it there as he got it sideways, and we were, again, just talking about how he came down. And coming down pit road, while we made the mistake there, we forgot they can't take tires, but it shows us that they did, even though they did not. But those tires got a chance to kind of cool down while he was on pit road for just a little bit, but not going to matter as he spins it out there, bringing out the caution. We'll see where it all stacks up when it's all said and done. Caution number 1 is out, and this is going to give these guys a chance to come in and get that splash of fuel that they need here on lap 71. 80 laps to go. This is going to get interesting now that we have some worn-out tires and a restart. Someone could very easily spin the tires, or, just a whole host of things could go wrong here in tonight's race. So we'll see. It doesn't look like your leader's going to come in. However, it does look like Gareth Gonder is going to come down and get another splash of fuel. But again, they cannot take tires. So we'll see as he's going to get that splash of fuel right there. It looks like the 38 of Ray Suggs is going to come in and get a splash of fuel as well. But your leader not coming in. Let's see if we can't get one of these drivers in here. If we have possibly one of them to talk to. Let's see if we can't get Fred Moreau up here real quick. All right. Well, apparently we were unable to get a hold. Oops. My bad, y'all. We were unable to get a hold of them there, and I was trying to get a hold of at least one of the drivers, but we were unable to get in contact with any of those drivers to get a quick word in with them. So unfortunate there, as we did try to get a hold of two, and it just didn't pan out for us here. But regardless, green flag is back in the air now as we are racing once again. As you see the 38 going way high of Ray Suggs. He's a lap down and 18 into the outside wall. That is Donald Clark, who we were just trying to talk to while they were under caution, and he is going to stop it on the backstretch here, and that will bring out caution number 2. Let's go back and see what happened to the 18 of Donald Clark. What happened here is we're going to go see if we can figure out what happened. As right there, he's already slowed down. Let's go and see there. Not sure what exactly happened to him or why we're not being able to get the replay to spool up there either. But he was into the outside wall, stopped it, and the caution did come out for Donald Clark. And it looks like he actually did lose connection, and now we have him here in the booth. So, Donald, you got a copy?
Yeah, Charles, I'm with you.
Oh, well, we were actually getting you in here originally. We're going to try to talk to you about the fuel here. We've seen one driver come in twice, and up until this point, you hadn't been in. So we wonder, you obviously can't take tires. Do these cars handle better with a less fuel or more fuel in the tank?
No, these cars are always better with a full load of fuel, and we get real free when we start burning the fuel off.
Well, the next question, of course, is the caution. What happened there is, for some reason, that replay wasn't spooling up, but we saw you get into the outside wall, so what happened to get you into that outside wall?
I dropped connection. I've been having connection issues all afternoon, and I just dropped connection there and got into the wall.
Definitely unfortunate. You had a good little run going there. If we get a few cautions, there's a chance you can get those laps back here. If you do you think you have the car to go up there and take down Fred?
Oh, I had a really good car. I was just kind of back there riding because I knew about the connection issues, but it seemed like it cleared itself up, so I decided it was time to go, and it's just, I guess, it popped back up again. So I'm out for the night. I'm not going to try to cause any more issues here.
Definitely, we look forward to seeing you back next week. While you won't be finishing the race here, I know you probably got some shout-outs and sponsors you want to give, so who would those be for tonight's race?
Yes, definitely. CCS, Carolina Contractor Solutions, Willing and Dylan Motorsports. We all work hard each and every week. Fred, Russell, these guys do a super good job on the car, and it's just fun working with these guys.
We'll definitely be looking for you next week, and hopefully connection issue will get sorted out.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, so we are back to the racing action now, as that was the 18 of Donald Clark. That unfortunately not having the race he wanted to have here, but we have less than half this race to go, 70 laps to go, going to be 69 to go here with 5 drivers left. As again, Donald Clark on pit road. He is in the pits. As you see, McKee is out of the race. Here's 40 laps down, as it's going to be Fred Moreau that is out front once again. Here comes Russell Brown. But Gonder back into this. Everyone on the track here at the moment except for Ray Suggs in the 38 are on the lead lap. So 4 of the 5 drivers on the lead lap right now. Let's go ahead and put your top 3 up on the ticker. Again, I expect to see some really good racing from these guys here. We got the 81 of Gonder trying to run down Brown here. Both of them trailing Moreau, as we'll see almost to the back bumper. Gonder to Brown, but he manages to keep it off of him. Gonder going to take it below the yellow line there as he's going to dive it into the corner. You see him get a little wiggly there. That is not good. That means he got really loose. He's going to go ahead, and he makes the pass. What a move by the 81 of Gareth Gonder. That was a power move here at this little tiny track if I've ever seen one. 54 miles is how long we're running here tonight for 150 laps. Again, this track has 4 turns and 0.36 miles long. Your track temp 90 degrees, air temp 89 degrees, wind speed 4 miles per hour out of the southeast, so not very breezy. And now your track temp is 91 degrees as it's going up. And here goes the 70 now, trying to take the spot back as he's going to go make a power move on the inside. There's side by side a little beating and banging going on between the 70 and the 81 of Brown and Gonder. Gonder not giving up without a fight on the outside. They're side by side here on the backstretch. Again, you're watching the 70 of Brown and the 81 of Gonder. And you know who's loving this right now? Well, that's that driver right there, the 55 of Fred Moreau, who is pulling away from these guys as they've managed to duke it out one more time here going down the backstretch. We'll watch this battle for as long as it is a battle, and they are still side by side at the line, and I'm not sure who had it there, folks. Right now it's being shown as Gonder to come to the line. It's pretty much dead even between Gonder and Brown. Meanwhile, you have the 19 of Cade Green, who's on the lead lap, sitting there just kind of watching. And this time it's going to go to the 81 of Gonder, who will take second place. Do not count out the 70. Don't even count out that 19 right there. That 19, it started 7th, and he's been as high as 3rd. He's in 4th place right now. That is Cade Green. And that number 19 machine, you can't count him out. This is not over by any means here, but we have 59 laps to go. Going to be 58 at the line for Fred Moreau as he comes around right there. It will be 58 laps to go. Gonder has officially cleared third place, taking second place from Russell Brown Jr. The question is, can he get back to the front? Right now, Fred Moreau has not come down pit road at all to take fuel. Gareth Gonder has come down and taken fuel multiple times. He's been down pit road 4 times for fuel. And again, as we talked to Donald Clark earlier, here just a few minutes ago, technically, it's not about needing fuel here necessarily. I don't think they can make it on fuel. We could be totally wrong on that. They could be able to make it on fuel. However, it's really not about the fuel anyway as far as making it. It's about weight distribution in these cars. They want that weight in the back, as you heard. If it's light in the back, it's making the cars real squirrely, and they want to slide around and they're loose. So it's, again, not about necessarily the fuel itself on making it mileage. It's about how this car handles with a low amount of fuel. So that is the reason these guys are coming down and taking fuel here as we're watching that 19 of Cade Green try to run down the 70 of Russell Brown Jr. Meanwhile, because of that little battle that these two are doing, our leader has a 2.266 second lead over Gareth Gonder here at the moment. Now it's 2.233. We're going to keep a very close eye on that as we're going to go ahead and get rid of that here for you real fast. And we're going to go ahead and pull up your running order on the side of the screen so you can see where these guys are at the moment. As Fred Moreau, there you see 2.3 seconds, so that gap is growing here ever so slightly. There you can see it's even growing live there. Ray Suggs still 1 lap down. He could easily get a caution, get the wave around, and be back on the lead lap. If I believe they have wave rounds here, the Lucky Dog, he could be back in this thing. So Ray Suggs currently in the 38 machine. He's back here a little ways. Let's take a look. You see him. The easiest way to tell here is we're going to watch the line. Right there's the line, and let's go to your leader, and there he is. Currently, I'd say about half a turn to a turn away. He's not real close to catching you here at the moment. But that's who we're watching right there. I really thought Gareth Gonder had a car that could run down your leaders. But right now, not so much in that 81. He is actually losing time. He's gained a little bit there from 2.35 to 2.266. But just not a whole lot of time is being gained by that 81 here in the race. So that is very unfortunate. We'll see if he's able to pick it up here a little bit. Or if possibly he could be holding back a little bit. We just don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. Maybe he's holding back, trying to wait to time his strike. But we have less than 50 laps to go. We have 46 laps to go here. Right now, you're pretty much, I believe, has locked away the most laps led. With Gonder leading 22, you add the math there, 45 plus 22 be 40 to 60. Yeah, so it's not even close at this point. Moreau has locked away the most laps led here with 83 laps led in this race. Nobody can lead more laps than he can here tonight, if he's going to lead one more and make it 84 right there. And there you see Ray Suggs. He has closed that gap in a ton here tonight. Oh, this is very, very interesting. If he can reel him in, this could potentially change things here. That'd be one less car to be in his way to get to Gareth Gonder, if he can try to get to him. I don't think he's going to be able to get to him, but he needs to get by the 38, because the next one to get is right there, the 19, and he is starting to pick him up and lay him down here. So we're going to go back to second place, though. Look who's back in the picture here. This is currently the 70 of Russell Brown Jr. here with 42 laps to go, as he has caught up back to the 81 once again. So we're going to go silent here for just a minute. Let's let you watch this battle that is happening between the 81 and the 70. Alright, we are back here. Just a lap or two there. We're on lap 112. 39 laps to go here in your main race. As we're seeing here, you got the 81. They're catching the 38 now. It looks like he's going to let them by. A very respectable move there. Again, he's a lap down. Actually, 2 laps down now. He's not going to hold these guys up. That is very respectable by any driver. That shows you right there that Fred is still pulling away by 3.3 seconds, as Fred Moreau just has a beast of a car here tonight. So we'll go back up to him. We'll see what kind of time he's running this next time by. He just ran a 16:110. So not the fastest lap out there, keep in mind. But we'll see this time, as he runs a 16:119, a 16:082 for Gareth Gonder in second place. So that time by, the fastest lap on the track technically did belong to Gareth Gonder, and you can see he dropped from 3.35 to 3.233. So it looks like here, for the moment anyway, Gareth Gonder does have faster lap times than Fred Moreau. So we'll see. That is 2 laps in a row he was faster. Let's check this lap here as they come to the line. And once again, he is faster, and that gap is starting to shrink. So one of 2 things here is happening with 33 laps to go. Obviously, one, either Gareth Gonder has been holding back, and 2, he's found a line that he really likes, or either that or Fred Moreau, your race leader, is starting to struggle here in these closing laps. Maybe he is better on the short run and not the long run. Regardless of what the case may be, he is definitely not as fast as he was. These tires starting to wear, as it's now down to under 3 seconds, 2.95 As there it is, another fast lap, 16:092 to a 98. So that time, Moreau was faster, but not by much, as he only had him by about 200ths. Not very much in that time. Now Moreau is faster with 16.0s to 16.1. So I'm beginning to wonder if Fred Moreau was maybe toying with that 81 of Gareth Gonder just a little bit to see if he couldn't potentially mess with him a little bit. Just kind of hold off. That gap has gone back up to 3 seconds. Here with 28 laps to go in this race. We're on lap 123. Just to go here, we'll go ahead and get rid of that and bring up your main bar at the top of the screen real fast with your top 3, just so we can bring this up. Just so everyone knows, the fastest lap, 15:840, that was set by Gareth Gonder back on lap 11 is when that was set. We've only had 2 cautions here tonight. No surprise, that's all we've had. Again, a lower car count just because of a huge event going on. A big shout out to Moreau, Gonder, Brown, Green, Suggs, Clark, McKee Sr. All these guys, these are the core group right here, the loyal drivers, you could say, that no big event is going to pull them away. They are going to stay here and race. So a big shout out to those guys. But only 2 cautions, average lap time 16:150, as it was 183. You saw it just drop there just a little bit. So very interesting stuff there. Let's pull up our track facts here for you real fast as you're watching your leader going on this track with 24 laps to go, now 23 to go. Of course, Langley Speedway here with 4 turns, 0.36 miles long. It is 150 laps here tonight. It's only 54 miles around this track. Your track temp, we talked about this a little earlier, it was 90 degrees. By the time we had mentioned it, it had gone up to 91. It has gone up to 92 degrees now here, as you should watch the leader come around the corner one more time to make it 21 laps to go. Your air temp 89 degrees. So a very cool night, really. 90's not necessarily, a bag of ice out on the track, but then again, it's not as hot as we've seen either. As there it is now, 20 laps to go here in your main event. As Gonder still trying to run down Moreau, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. 2.666 seconds. As we're looking at those times, and they have flip-flopped again. 16.088 for Moreau, 16.119 for Gonder with 19 to go. The question is, will Moreau being able to hang on to the lead here with 18 laps remaining? For the ones that just unfortunately happen to be tuning in with us here a little late, if you are tuning in, you're watching the American Motorsports Association 150 presented by Hilton Crafts and Design. Again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight, whether you are on the YouTube side of things or on the Facebook side of things. Regardless, if you're on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe and like button if you haven't already. And of course, on the Facebook side of things, make sure you like the page, as we have lots of asphalt and dirt racing coming your way every week here on Virtual Racing Network, as we now have 16 laps to go. As you can see, not a whole lot going on the track right now. Just about everyone has pretty much got spread out here. I don't expect to see too much action going on here for the remainder of this race, as these 5 drivers have definitely spread out here and actually make it 4, as Ray Suggs has pulled it down pit road. He is now 8 laps down, so there's your race leader right there, the 55 of Fred Moreau, who is doing a just outstanding job. He's led 115 laps and making 116 when he gets back to the line. We'll see here. Gareth Goner has closed that gap a little bit, but now it's back to 4 seconds. So he had the gap closed, and now it has gained once again. We're going to be talking to these drivers when we get the chance. You know, the question is, we're going to ask Fred, did Fred hold back a little bit? And then when he saw the 81 starting to close that gap here with 10 to go, did he hit the gas again? Or was he just doing it for fuel to try to save a little bit? He did not pit, so we now know. Again, we didn't get a clarification on it. We thought maybe they could get about 130 or so laps on fuel. We didn't really know for sure. That is not the case, as 3 of our top drivers on the track right now have not come down. So interesting to know Gonder came down early in this race, gave up the lead to do it. I'm wondering if maybe he thought he needed that fuel to make the car handle the way he wanted it to. That's why he came down 4 times during this race. And unfortunately, it may have been the undoing of his win, as the car just didn't handle with 7 laps to go. We'll see. Is it going to be Moreau, or will fate intervene? Couldn't he spin it out or anything like that? We hope he doesn't. But it is racing. Anything is possible out on the track. So we will definitely going to see how this one goes down. As you're watching your leader right now in that 55. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully, we will be able to talk to all 3 of our top 3 drivers here tonight. When this is all said and done, we have 4 laps to go. As we do have, looks like Fred is with us. And it looks like Brown is with us as well. So we do not have our 3, but we may pull Cade Green up here. If we cannot get a hold of Gareth Gonder before it's all said and done. But hopefully we will be able to get him here in TeamSpeak before this race is actually completed, and talk to him here in a minute. But there's 2 laps to go here for Fred Moreau as he is coming to the line. There's turn 4 restart line. There it is. 1 lap to go. And 1 to go, presented by Northwest Racing Series. Here, you're watching the American Motorsports Association 150, presented by Hilton Crafts and Designs. As it looks like he's gonna do it. There will be checkered flag waving. Your race winner here tonight is gonna be the 55 of Fred Moreau, bringing it to victory lane after leading 120 laps tonight. What a race here for the 55. We'll go ahead and we won't pull the graphic up here. We're just going to go through your unofficial race results here for the race tonight. As your top 5 are going to go to the 55 of Fred Moreau. Second place, the 81 of Gareth Gonder. Third place will go to the 70 of Russell Brown Jr. Fourth place will be the 19 of Cade Green. Fifth place will be the 38 of Ray Suggs. Sixth place will be the 18 of Donald Clark. And seventh place will go to the 35 of Andrew McKee Sr. That will do it here for your unofficial race results. We will be right back here in just a moment with your top 3, hopefully top 3 driver interviews coming up next here in the post-race show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here with the post-race show. And what a race it was. We saw some good battling going on here. We talked about earlier, a little fewer cars because of a special event going on with another league. But we will be back full force next week for sure. Regardless, these guys put on a heck of a battle for the fewer car count here. We'll be talking to, of course, we don't have our second place here tonight, but we have pulled fourth place up here, and that, of course, is going to be, hopefully we get it right, the 19 of Cade Green. Is that correct? Well, first off, you finish in fourth place here tonight. Again, you obviously want to see a bunch of drivers out there, but a solid top 5 finish regardless, of who's out here racing is never a bad deal. But we want to talk to each driver here a little bit about this car. It's already, it's different. It's not the normal car, like a cup car or a truck or something like that, or even Xfinity. But how do you have to drive this car? As we saw some drivers come down pit road, you chose not to. So did you want that fuel in the back of the car to make it handle properly, or did you not need it here tonight?
No, I really didn't need it. I found later in the run my car's actually starting to get a little bit better. So I didn't feel like I really needed the fuel, but I just didn't have anything for the top 3 there at the end. I was catching Russell for a little bit, but then I got free getting in and just lost all the time. So then I knew I only had like 20 laps to go, so I just rode around and finished the race.
Yeah, we saw definitely as we were watching there, at one point between you, the 70, and the 81 so of course yourself, Green, Brown, and Gonder, y'all were really close, putting on a really good battle. That's what you were talking about. Your car came to life there towards the end. Had that not got a little loose there, maybe you could have got by one of them to secure a top 3 finish. But overall, a great run here. So, again, a little bit lower car count. You finish in 4th, though. You regroup and you go back to next week when we should have, 15, 20 plus cars here. So going into next week, what is the mindset for that race?
Pretty much just like we all say at Front Stretch Mafia, just go fast and turn left and hope for the best.
Oh, definitely a good strategy as next week is Rockingham, so be an interesting race, 100 laps. So we know you got some shout-outs and sponsors, so who would those be for that 4th place finish?
Yeah, I just got to shout out all my teammates at Front Stretch Mafia. Most of them are out there running the World Series tonight. They were the championship race, so good luck to all of them. And especially Colin Allman. My car was horrible in practice before this race, and I texted him, and I was like, dude, what do I need to do? And he gave me a few tips, and it really helped out. And I just got to thank all of them guys at Front Stretch Mafia.
Oh, definitely. I believe that is our points leader as well, so could be very interesting to see how the points shake out. He had a 8-point lead, so that definitely will change. But again, congrats on the 4th place finish here, as we did not have 2nd place. But finishing in 3rd place, 1 spot ahead in the 70 car, who for a big chunk of this race here put on in lamest terms, one hell of a show for the fans between himself and the 81. Who came down pit road early in the race and gave up the lead. So what was that battle like there, battling with Gonder, who was not a rookie, but the rookie here tonight?
I think it was a great battle. I anticipated long run, so I tried to be tight enough so I didn't get loose in the long runs. And I know Gareth was a little free, and I was trying to bide my time, and just it didn't pan out right.
Definitely, it's all about timing on these little tracks. So again, this track's only 0.36 miles long. It is a tiny little track. Then, speak of this track, then next week we go to Rockingham. So what do you have to do differently at Rockingham that, you didn't have to do here? Or, the difference between those 2 tracks, which one do you like more? And what are you going to have to do different to try to put it in victory lane on that track compared to here?
For me, I like the short tracks a lot better than I like the bigger tracks. So Rockingham, I'm not sure if I'll even be here Friday because I might be out of town at a race. But them places right there, it's all about keeping the car balanced and not getting too loose and getting disturbed by air. So we're gonna mess with it and just see what we can do and hopefully have something decent in the end.
Well, in the end is where it matters. Doesn't matter where you start, where you are, pretty much the whole race, as long as you're at the front when the checkered flag it comes a waving. So we'll see if next week is your week. Obviously, getting a third place finish here tonight. So we know you got sponsors and shout outs. So who are those for the third place finish?
I just like to, thank, all my sponsors, 811, Genesis Shocks, and, my team, Willing and Dillon. I got to thank Fred. He helped out a bunch with this right here. We've been working on some stuff, and, I think we're gaining some ground. I got a little behind myself, and, but we will keep pushing forward because I'm not giving up.
Well, definitely the best attitude to have, not giving up. That is how you end up in victory lane and winning championships. Again, congrats on the third place finish. We don't have second place, but of course we do have our race winner here, the 55 of Fred Moreau. And all I can say is outstanding run here, Fred. You led 128 laps, but before we get to where you checked off into your own zip code out front, partially due in part because of the great battling that was going on behind you, what was going through your mind when you were sitting there running in second place and all of a sudden the leader peels off and goes down pit road and gives you the lead?
Yeah, Garrett was a fast car too, and just early in the race I take the lead, just save my tires and fuels.
Well, you did a great job of saving those tires out there. We didn't really see you get loose or anything, even bobble a little bit, pretty much all night long. So give us just a rundown. Obviously, you had the ability to kind of conserve a little bit more than people back in the back that were battling side by side, but we did see times when both Goddard and Brown and even Green would catch you a little bit. They wouldn't get too close to you, but it'd go from like 3.5 to 2.6 seconds of a gap. Were those times when you were trying to conserve a little bit and conserve on your tires, or were they just finding something on you?
Yeah, just strategy was just not panic and always take the same time. I think I have only 2:10 difference of my first lap and my last laps. Just take my times.
Well, definitely did. We look here, your fast lap was a 15.928 to a 16.080, so not much fall off. You were definitely doing a good job there of conserving those tires and running very consistent fast laps, and that is a key to putting it in victory lane. Anywhere you go is being consistent. You did it here tonight, again leading 128 laps to put it in victory lane. We know you got some sponsors and shout outs, so who would those be for that victory here tonight?
Yeah, just want to take big thanks to ActionRaceWraps.com, William Dillon teams. He's awesome guys and work out, try to find always fast setups and
Definitely a big shout out to you on the win, and of course all of our drivers here tonight to put on a heck of a show for everyone. Of course, that is going to pretty much wrap it up here with one more piece of business to take care of here tonight, and that of course is all the sponsors here for tonight's race here on the racing side of things. A big shout out to Evidence Based Mommy Pole Award, Hilton Crafts and Design, and Caldwell Lawn Care Services. And of course, on the broadcast side of things, a big shout out to the following partners: Northwest Racing Series, your official one-to-go sponsor here for tonight's race. Your starting grid sponsor, Wool's Beard Co. RaceOnTexas.com, official partner for dirt racing here on VRN. SimSpeedShop.com for all your button box needs. iBog, your official overlay sponsor for VRN. Racecore, make sure you check them out on Sunday nights as we're picking back up on February 17. On the Edge Motorsports, your official Wicked Energy Gum retailer. So make sure if you need some of that Wicked Energy Gum, you check them out on their website. And of course, Hanover Wrecker Service. If you need a tow, make sure you give them a call at 1-304-664-3848. They are the official caution sponsor here for VRN. On behalf of VRN and the AMA Super Late Model Series, we'll see you next Friday night.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be used in any form without the authorized written consent of Virtual Racing Network. VRN would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.